So this isn't even from the Bridge Smart Brief. This is just all on its own, out in the atmosphere. Oh my god, there's so many pop-ups to close. What the fuck, Forbes? What the fuck, Forbes? Why are you like this? Is DEI backlash real or manufactured? And it's by Julie Kratz, which I'm pretty sure Julie Kratz is that woman that we read about that I have a video on my channel of, who wrote the Little Allies book. Who's this author? Julie Kratz is the founder of Next Pivot Point and The Little Allies, organizations that work to promote allyship in the workplace, as well as with future generations. She champions diversity, equity, and inclusion using storytelling and business case studies to help leaders be better allies. Julie is a certified unconscious bias trainer. I didn't know you could get certified as an unconscious bias trainer. Kelly, MBA, certified master coach and certified psychological safety practitioner. She has authored 6 books, the newest being Allyship in Action, 10 Strategies for Living Inclusively, and is especially proud of her children's book, Little Allies, as a mother of 3 girls with diverse identities. Oh, she's a Munchausen woman! Her name is very familiar. I'm pretty sure she is that woman. So let's listen to this thrall talk about their ideology. It is no secret that DEI has been in news headlines, and not in a positive light. News stories abound about companies withdrawing or pivoting their DEI strategies due to conservative activism. Yet, what's not highlighted in these news stories is the positive impact DEI is having on the workplace. Research continues to show that diverse and inclusive teams are more innovative, make better decisions, and have higher profitability rates. That's funny, because this link that I accidentally clicked goes to McKinsey.com, of the McKinsey study that we all know is flubbed and fake. This begs the question, is DEI backlash real or manufactured? In my 10 years as a DEI practitioner, otherwise written as, in my 10 years as a superfluous grifter who has a real stake in whether DEI is successful or not, reflecting on our number of clients, sales, and measured impact from our services, I am convinced DEI backlash is manufactured. The industry is growing, not shrinking. The key shift in the last 2 years has been companies doing the work, but not talking as publicly about the work. Ya don't say! Wow! Who could have predicted this? And that's a good thing. Companies should be doing the work because it's important not to get public recognition. Proof point number 1, the DEI industry forecast. According to PR Newswire, the global market for DEI was estimated at $9.4 billion in the year 2022 and is projected to reach a revised size of $24.4 billion by 2030, growing at a CAGR, compounded annual growth rate, of 12.6% over the analysis period 2022 to 2030. This clearly shows a growth rate that exceeds expectations, illustrating that leaders are investing more in DEI, not less. Proof point number 2, diversity is happening. By 2030, 54% of the U.S. workforce will be people of color and include equal representation from women. In order to prepare for this future workplace in the next 5 years, organizations need to be doing the work now. They risk no longer being relevant if they do not shift to more inclusive strategies that attract and retain the talent pipeline that is increasingly diverse. Diversity is a fact. Demographics are changing. Organizations need change too. I got some questions. Mainly, if you say that 54% of the U.S. workforce will be people of color, what work needs to be done to attract and retain this talent pipeline? Because if you say that 54% will be, then clearly nothing has to be done to attract and retain these people, correct? Because they just will be, right? And also, Demographics are changing. I thought this was a far-right conspiracy theory. I thought there were no demographic changes. I thought this was all just conspiracy. What do you mean by this? Commies doing what commies do best, lie, pretty much. Proof point number 3. Oh, that was the end. That was the entire proof point number 2. Okay. Proof point number 3. People want DEI. 78% of U.S. employees would not consider working for a company that fails to commit significant resources to prioritizing DEI initiatives. Overwhelmingly, people who participate in DEI programs report enjoying them. Hello, dear worker, who I know relies on this job to pay for their mortgage and their family and their children. You enjoy this DEI program, do you not, in this totally anonymous survey? Now that is a lie. Anecdotally, our team usually sees a 20 to 30% lift in knowledge as a result of our simple 1-hour programs. While it is recommended that people do more than 1-hour training programs, we find that most people are receptive to DEI and learn skills that help them not only at work, but also in life. DEI is a moral imperative that needs to be embedded into the DNA of companies, and also the work should be going home with you. You need to be having these conversations at your dinner table. And also, it's crazy that even the people who are for DEI have been like, yeah, these training programs just don't work, man. Well, this woman is being like, no, the training programs are necessary. How else will we re-educate people? In a recent Harvard Business Review piece titled How DEI Can Survive This Era of Backlash, I feel like we read that. That title also sounds familiar. Authors recommend 4 key strategies for DEI practitioners to navigate the current backlash, whether real or manufactured. One of their suggested strategies is to reframe and rename the work for survival of the practice. There are many people still engaged in DEI work, and that number is growing. Whether or not organizations rename DEI work for the protection of legal risk in conservative states, the work itself does not change. I mentioned this before, but like at this point, it genuinely feels like Robbie Starbuck is some sort of, how do you phrase that? Like planned opposition or whatever? Because like, it seems like he doesn't even read the letters that the companies put out when they say they're dropping DEI. Because almost none of the letters actually do say that they're dropping DEI. They just double down, sometimes triple down on their commitment to DEI. They're just like, well, we won't spend money on pride parades anymore. That's what you guys really care about, right? We'll just keep doing everything else. Practitioner makes it sound like they want to be wizards. Practitioner makes it sound like gravely dystopian, in my opinion. Controlled opposition, that's what it is. Thank you. Thank you, chat. Dinoside13, the Kettlebell Crusader, thank you for the 55. Harris said DEI is the focus of FEMA. The victims of Helene are being hung out to dry because of this crap, and this has contributed to the desolation of half a state and a government that willingly sacrifices its own citizens on the altar of woke. I mean, yeah, they spent all that money on the illegal migrants. Those migrants need the money more than you, dear American citizen. Why would you think your American government would be here for you? I think Dev used him to brag about how people need to stop talking. What? What? Keep in mind, Robbie comes from Hollywood first and foremost. I don't know. When I see people, right, like Robbie or like James Lindsay or whatever on Twitter, I just assume like these are people of prominent stature, right? They must be smarter than me. They must know more than I do about these things. And so I guess it's like it's frustrating to now see Robbie just like peddling in fake news and James Lindsay going on some, I don't know what the fuck happened to James Lindsay recently. He's been ranting about some like cult of Michael shadow Catholicism cabal on the right wing. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're like Kevin Sorbo. That name is familiar to me. Sorry, that's false. FEMA is helping people. The clowns who are stopping FEMA from helping are the real problem. I haven't seen any clowns stopping FEMA from doing anything. I have seen plenty of FEMA saying that they're not going to help. I don't know where you've been, but FEMA has literally admitted that they have no money left after giving the money to migrants for the entirety of the year. Kevin Sorbo played Hercules in the live-action show. Ah, okay. Lindsay's always been schizophrenic. He goes on these rants every few months. Well, that shows you how much I pay attention to the Twitters. All right. Gnome John, thank you for the 5. Your work does a quarterly employee engagement survey. They assure us it's anonymous. You've not taken a single one because that's a lie. That would be my prerogative as well. I'd be like, I don't believe you. I ain't anonymous. Ain't no way. Insolent, thank you for the 5 Canadians. You enjoy laughing at the ridiculous stupidity of DEI programs. Same. Wolf's Pain, thank you for the 199. How are they saying DEI? Are they sugarcoating it? A lot of companies have started changing DEI to just D and I, because a lot of people still don't realize that the way that these acolytes use the words diversity and inclusion are not what those words actually mean, right? So if somebody is like, our company is about diversity and inclusion of everyone, to a normal person who's not used to reading subversive language, they're like, yeah, diversity is good, inclusion is good, everyone wants to belong, right? These are good things. Only someone crazy and bigoted would be against diversity and inclusion. But to these people, diversity means less white, less male, less straight. Diversity is not real diversity. It is manufactured, boilerplate, placeholder tokenism. And when they say inclusion, they don't mean real inclusion. They mean we want certain people to feel excluded, but we have to use specific language so they don't notice we're excluding them, and they still support our ideological framework. You hate when Twitch freezes, relatable. Ammonia. I'm scrolling in the YouTube chat because I got stuck. Oh no, it's frozen. Oh no, it's frozen. Red Chaos Tree, thank you for 5. Your company does completely anonymous surveys. Those who do not fill out the surveys get reminders to do the completely anonymous surveys. Really makes your almonds activate, eh? You saw a bridge logo on the community center. What? Community center at your college and it said Filipinx Outreach? Well, you are white, you have Filipinos in your family, they find it offensive. You hate this stuff encroaching on the education you pay for. That's crazy. That's crazy. Remember, the not one step back liberal is not your friend. They're okay with the system that has created the systems. They themselves complain and see the awful horizon, but will fight you even harder than the awful future they see if you attempt to dismantle the machines and morals that are producing such a future. True. True, true, true. Filipinx. No. All right, okay. James Lindsay and Razorfist apparently thinking that Orrin McIntyre is leading a leftist Catholic uprising is your favorite schizo moment of the year. I've only seen it from James Lindsay, and I was just like, what the fuck are they talking about? What is this cult of Michael? What are we in, like, fucking Full Metal Alchemist world now? What is going on? Did I hear about the Department of Defense situation? I have not. I have not. No. DEI Backlash is manufactured. I can't believe that. Diversity is happening. People want DEI. Imagine. Imagine. So we have a Fox News article. Bam. Top Oregon official put on leave for allegedly prioritizing qualified job candidates over gender identity. This man has been put on official leave for not giving in to DEI practices. A diversity, equity, and inclusion expert had her former boss placed on administrative leave for reportedly prioritizing merit over personal identity when hiring new employees, according to a report. Megan Doniker, who formerly served as the Oregon Department of Forestry's DEI strategy officer, complained about the agency's management, criticizing her boss Mike Shaw for looking beyond gender and identity in hiring, seeking only candidates most qualified for the job. Oregon Live reported. I wish I was reading from a fake article right now because this sounds like absolute fucking lunacy. And also, Why does the Department of Forestry have a DEI strategy officer? What the fuck? Clown world. Shaw served as the agency's second-in-command under State Forester Cal Mukimoto until he was placed on administrative leave on August 6th after Donecker filed a formal complaint against him, the Daily Mail reported. Donecker reportedly first took issue with Shaw when he advocated for a careful approach to DEI, comparing rapid changes to speeding on an icy road. She claimed that Shaw, using this metaphor, warned, "We don't go 60 miles per hour out of the gate or we're gonna crash the car." So, the Shaw guy wasn't even actually against DEI. He was just like, whoa, lady, we gotta tone it down. We gotta go slow. We gotta boil the frogs. We can't just start going warp speed out the gate or people aren't gonna get on board with us. And she was like, no, you gotta go faster. You gotta do it right. You gotta do the work. So he's even part of the issue. It wasn't even like he was some based Chad who was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do none of that dumb shit. He was just like, we got to do it slow. Hide the DEI vegetables. That's fucking insane. I think you're not committed enough to the work, comrade. Are we reading the article about DEI friendly fire? That's fucking hilarious. Yeah. She also reportedly claimed that 6 queer staffers didn't feel safe or comfortable at work because they could not have conversation around pronouns and referred to the department as a boys' club, the Daily Mail reported, citing the formal complaint obtained by Oregon Live. Can someone explain to me what situation would arise at work that you would need to have conversations around pronouns? Because, like, when I worked in office settings, I would want to speak to my coworkers as little as humanly possible. He waited too long to respond sufficiently pro-DEI, so he was fired. Well, technically not fired, just on administrative leave. While the Oregon Department of Forestry did not immediately respond to Fox News' digital inquiry, they have responded to recent criticism of their agency, insisting that leadership takes employee complaints and concerns seriously. And when brought to our attention, we ensure they're handled in accordance with state laws, rules, policies, and HR best practices. This includes protecting employees from retaliation. That's crazy. So you're telling me that this person could go and be like, my boss isn't as committed to the DEI work as he should be. He's hiring people who are qualified for the job over hiring people with specific identities. And that's the person that's going to get protected from retaliation? Are you kidding me? State Forester Mukimoto added that providing a safe, diverse, and inclusive workplace is a shared core value and priority of both the department and the Board of Forestry. Why would you say that? Why would you? I'm so sick of these people. They just say the same fucking things, man. It's like reading a book. It's like, we're gonna, if they mention fucking St. Floyd in this article, I swear to Christ. The pink-haired, tattooed Salem resident has left the department and now works as a DEI consultant, according to the Daily Mail. She reportedly describes herself as an accomplice to marginalized communities, the outlet reported. Oregon Live summarized that leadership in the department has significant implications for the state. The Department of Forestry is charged with protecting about 16 million acres of public and private forest land and serves as Oregon's largest fire department. Yeah, see, okay, if they're charged with protecting 16 million acres of forest land and they're also the largest fire department, I care more about who's able to do this job rather than who they're fucking or what pronouns they use. Board of Forestry, I mean the guys that take care of forest fires. No wonder the Midwest is burning! The local journalist Noel Crombie wrote, "It is overseen by Mukimoto, who answers to the Oregon Board of Forestry, a 7-member citizen board appointed by the governor. Mukimoto, appointed in 2021, manages an agency of nearly 1,400 employees and a biennial budget of about $577 million. His salary is $237,288. That's kind of nuts. That's a lot of money. Oregon widely implemented DEI initiatives following the political unrest in response to George Floyd's killing in 2020, prompting racial justice protests that swept the nation and raged for more than 100 consecutive nights in nearby Portland. In the year of our Lord, 2024, 4AF, our Saint Floyd has paved the way for us to ruin society even further. Praise be his name, infant shall he rest. I just, these have to be written by AI, right? Like, they have to be. There's no way. They mention him in every single fucking one of these, dude. The madman actually did it. Jesus Christ. But residents have slowly begun pushing back. Clackamas County, what a fucking name, in Oregon announced in January that it will dismantle their nearly $830,000 a year diversity, equity, and inclusion office, calling it an unnecessary expense that only foments friction. It really took them getting up to almost $1 million fucking dollars a year to be like, whoa now, maybe this ain't such a good idea. Hey, I voted for that. What? Cult of Personality, thank you for the $1.99. Thank you for your sacrifice, said Nancy Pelosi. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Kier almost lost her air back there. I had to collect myself, all right? So I didn't glow. No glowing. I just find this incredibly hilarious. Is there going to be, hold on, if I go to like Daily Mail, because they mentioned the Doniker woman having pink hair or whatever. Got it. Pink hair DEI trainer slams Oregon block notifications. Hiring on basis of merit, not gender or identity. Where are my images? Oh! Megan Doniker, an avid Dungeons & Dragons player, says queer staffers are not safe because they can't have conversations around pronouns at work. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, boy. Striving towards making workplaces more diverse, equitable, and inclusive through an anti-racist lens. Oregon Department of Early Learning and Care. This woman has influence over children curriculum. Doniker describes herself as an accomplice to marginalized communities who lives with her wife, Jai, an adopted 9-year-old, and 2 cats. Do you guys remember that meme that was going around on Twitter that was just like, this is what you'd look like if you were black or Chinese? This is like Japanese Gaben. Oh god. What expression is this? This is the Gaben expression. Oh man. Doniker accuses State Forester Cal Mukimoto of making a slightly sexist joke at a work. Oh, that's new. What's the slightly sexist joke that Mr. Mukimoto here told? She described a meeting last year when State Forester Cal Mukimoto made a joke about a woman colleague at a meeting, praising her by saying that she puts in a really good lunch order. No one batted an eye. How is that sexist? How's that? Hey, Nim, you order my lunch real well, buddy. Thanks for your work. What the fuck does that mean? Is that even a joke? That's like a work joke, right? That's like a joke you tell at work because it's the least offensive thing you can think of. Nim meals prove he does not. True. Cult of Personality, thank you for the $1.99. I don't want to read that. That's rude. Maybe she is really good at putting in lunch. I mean, maybe she is. I don't know. If progress is being made, it is not apparent to me. And if it's not apparent to me, then it's not apparent to other members of the public. McComb, a retired Oregon State University official, wrote. What? Brenda McComb, vice chair of the Oregon Board of Forestry, said officials had done little to grow diversity representation among its workforce or advisory committees and were not implementing a draft diversity plan because they shouldn't. They shouldn't do that. I am exhausted from being stonewalled on this issue by the agency and their unwillingness to consider this a priority. I'm hoping that you or the governor's office will begin to hold this agency accountable in this regard. Another employee questioned the forestry department's pattern of directly hiring people without adequate vetting. This seems shady and leads to an old and current image by employees at ODF that it is the good old boys club, or that it is who you know, not what you know, says the complaint. You want to make it what you look like, not what you know. You were just complaining that they were hiring based on merit. What do you mean? Inappropriately low diversity quota reached. You will be terminated. It's the spookiest thing I've seen all October. Yeah, they are not using great pictures. Oh, here's the guy. This is the guy that's been placed on leave. Wow, he looks like a normal human being. He just looks like a normal guy. They're using the best ones they could find. We've already read that part. Protecting people, providing a thingy, safe thingy. What do we get for comments here? I had surgery in August. I picked the surgeon who specialized in what I was having done. I didn't pick based on ethnicity or gender. Imagine. I mean, I'm always going to go with an Asian surgeon if I can, but you know. Oh no, did I get red squared? Am I red squared out of my fucking mind? Oh no, my chat just killed itself. I'm sorry, chat. You suicided on me. I'm just a normal man. An innocent man. Probably listens to side scrollers. Twitch is good. Alright, so it was just me. I got kicked from my own chat. Unlucky. Unlucky.